Hey guys, it's me, Ryan, and today I'm going to be giving you technically six examples of how you can apply Newton's three laws of motion into basketball. So yeah, let's get right to that. Alright, so here we have the first law of motion. We have an object at rest, being the basketball, sitting still on the court. And soon, in a few seconds here, right about right now. It's a bit late on that, but anyway, the force, being my foot, acted on the object and put it in motion. Here we have a second example of that. We have the basketball sitting on the ground. And give it a second here. You can see that I come back in, and with my hand I just push it across the floor, and it puts it in motion. Then here we have the second law of motion. So on my first shot here, I undershoot it. I didn't put enough force on it. So now in my second shot, put just enough force on it to get it up and through the basket. And here is another example of the second law. You can see I have a pretty small basketball in my hand. It's really light. It's easy to toss around and move around, stuff like that. And then my other hand, I have this 10-pound weight. And it's a bit harder to, move it around and back and forth and up and down and stuff like that, because the weight is obviously more massive than the basketball. And, so it requires more force to move around than the smaller, less massive basketball. And then here we have the third law of motion, which, as you can see, is me dribbling a basketball. And so basically here in this video, when I push the basketball down and it hits the ground exerts an equal and opposite force on the basketball. And since the ground is obviously more massive than the basketball, it pushes the basketball back up into my hand. And it just keeps going back and forth like that. Ground pushing on the basketball would be the reaction force from the action force of me pushing the basketball down into the ground. And another example would be here. I throw the ball against the wall, and obviously the wall is more massive than the basketball, so when the action force of the basketball, of me throwing the basketball into the wall, hits the wall, then the wall exerts the reaction force, like the equal and opposite reaction force, that pushes it back towards my hands and allows me to catch it and then throw it right back. So yeah, it's the third law of motion. Alright, so those were my 6 examples of how you can apply Newton's 3 laws of motion into basketball. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it.